Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dan, and I'm here in New Mexico, near Carrizozo, New Mexico, to interview an individual who has been RV living for 30 years and soon will be 80 years old. His name is Rusty. His YouTube channel is Rusty78609. He's been doing that for a little over 14 years. So, Rusty, what got you started in RVing? Poverty. Poverty will get you started in RVing. It's a less expensive way to live than living in a sticks and bricks. And I found myself in a position where I needed to live a little more economically, shall we say. This was in 1986. And I bought me my first RV. It was an Aljo 28-footer, too heavy, a pile of junk. Yep. Would I buy it again? Never. But that's how you learn. You make mistakes. Yeah, that's correct, Rusty. You learn by your mistakes. Now, so you got your first RV, 1986 or so, and where did you camp your first night? My first night of RV camping was at the City RV Park in Victoria, Texas. And believe me, from there on, it was a learning experience. Totally. Rusty, let me ask you a question. Now that you've been doing it all these years, are there any things that you could or would like to tell beginners, people that are thinking about taking up the RV lifestyle? What unit do you prefer, etc.? Well, Dan, it's like this. Everything about RVing, in my opinion, is individual. In other words, you choose the type of RV that fits your lifestyle, and then you go live it, whatever that lifestyle is. And as far as budgets, every budget's going to be different. So don't use any other budgets by individuals out there RVing as a guide, because yours is going to be totally different. Okay? So just do your own budget, enjoy your own lifestyle, get whatever rig suits you, and go for it. Good point, Rusty. Good point. It does seem that there are a variety of RVs on the market, and it seems like it's like cars. Everybody has a different type car, different color. They use them for different things, and it's the same way with RVs. Rusty, what are some of the changes that you've seen in RVing over 30 years? Well, in my opinion, which is worth nothing, the RVs, even though they're still not high quality, they're much better built than some of the older models that had wood siding and all that stuff that would rot out over a period of years. And you could get mold and all kind of stuff in the older units. But most of the newer units are aluminum walls. Exterior or outside is fiberglass or aluminum. And they have, the electrical is much better now. The plumbing is much better now. They use PEX, the piping for the interior plumbing, and it's much more reliable than the stuff they used 30 years ago. How much did an RV cost when you first started? Well, Dan, it was I bought a used one. I bought a used one for $5,000, and it was used. I'm telling you, this thing was used. When they said pre-owned, they meant destroyed. But anyway, I bought it because I didn't know anything. I didn't know any better. I mentioned that before. But the price of a new unit at that time, say a 20-foot travel trailer, probably $6,000 in that range. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I don't know why I bought that junk, but I did. I didn't even look at new ones. I didn't even think about it. But and today, that same unit, $30,000 and up. But the quality, in my opinion, is better. They're still not perfectly built, but for what they're intended for, they're okay. I mean, some people live in them. That's not what they're designed for. They're designed to be used 6 or 8 weeks a year and parked under a cover, hopefully. But yeah. Thank you, Rusty. Let me ask you another question. If somebody was starting out today, I started this earlier, could you recommend a particular brand that might be better than some of the others? I haven't tried them all. I've tried a lot of them. I've had probably 6 travel trailers, 1 fifth wheel, 2 Class Cs. Now I'm on my second Casita 2025 Casita fiberglass unit made in Rice, Texas, 17 foot long, weighs about 2,600 pounds, easy to tow with my vehicle, 2025 Ford Maverick, all-wheel drive with a 4,000 pound towing package. No, it works fine. But as far as brands, some people, that's debatable. Of course, Airstream has a name that's valuable, I guess. And there's probably a lot of others. I can't think of them because I've never owned them. They've always been too expensive for me, or at least I didn't want to pay that much. Let's say that. And I just bought what I thought I bought what I wanted at that time, thinking that that's what I needed at that moment, like the Class Cs. I had a Class C and lived in it for a while, and then sold it and got a Class B, which was okay, but it was too small. Eventually, I went back to a Class C and tried that again for a while, and then I thought, well, with a motorhome, they're designed to be driven and not parked for extended periods of time unless you start them up, run the generator. You had to maintain that piece of equipment, and I preferred not doing that. So that's why I went back to the Casita fiberglass travel trailer, because you can leave it parked for 5 years and then hook up and tow it away if you choose. But, well, thank you, Rusty, for all that valuable information. And is there any advice you would just pass along to someone that is contemplating the RV lifestyle full time? Well, I'd say do what you want to do. You do yourself. Don't let anybody talk you in or out of anything you choose to do. It might work for you great, and then again, you might hate every day of it. But don't think that just because you're going RVing that the whole world is going to welcome you and you're never going to have any problems. You know what I mean? It's just, life is life. If you're in a house, sticks and bricks, you got issues there sometimes. Same way in a RV. An RV park, in my opinion, is like a subdivision of houses. A subdivision is an RV park for sticks and bricks. Same thing. They got little bitty lots. They're all jammed in there side by side to maximize profit. And RV parks are the same way. And unfortunately, some state parks have gotten that way. I think there's more people out there RVing now, so it's much more crowded. You have to plan ahead to be sure you have a decent spot to camp. And and I recommend, here's something I would recommend, as you get older, you RVers, then get you a home base. I've got a home base here in Carrizozo that I stay 6 months a year, and I've got one in Texas I stay 6 months a year, or approximately. And in between, I can go wherever I want to on day trips or week trips in my travel trailer if I want to. I don't do that much anymore because I'm getting a little older. But anyway, Dan, thank you for this interview, and I hope it helps some people, and I hope your audience enjoy it. Well, thank you very much, Rusty78609. So for those of you that are interested in RVing, watch this video and give him a thumbs up and subscribe to his channel and enjoy your life on the road if that's what you choose to do. This has been Dan Humpty Dumpty interview. May the something. 2025. Adios. Bye.